passes in a blur, and suddenly, it's been a month since Nikki and I moved to East Okaza and I started at Ace Academy. My team and I are stronger than ever, and our winning streak has not been broken. Kaori, Sho, Mayu, and I spend many evenings practicing in the hangar, learning how to anticipate each other's needs on the field. Yuna continues to manage our sponsorship from Dashu, and she's become more comfortable with the team. Valerie works hard behind the scenes to continually update our gears, and after all the tweaks she had given Eagle, I'm more confident than ever in my mech's abilities. I've had a surprising number of companies reach out to me to partner and research my core, but I've declined each invitation. I don't feel comfortable having strangers poke and prod at my dad's legacy, especially when I don't understand what's going on myself. Aside from updating my gear, Valerie has spent a majority of her free time investigating my core, under supervision. She hasn't touched anything she shouldn't, I think. On the home front, Uncle Kaito is still busy as ever now that his newly opened cafe has become insanely popular. Nikki spends most of her time in her school's cooking club, which has gained a lot of traction among the students. Sadly, that means I've had to fend for myself when it comes to food. I wake up at the sound of my alarm, then begin my morning routine. When I enter the kitchen, I make myself a bowl of cereal. Nikki's already left for school. Lately, she's been leaving early almost every day. It barely phases me anymore, especially after I found cereal in the grocery store. The most expensive box of Tiger Flakes I've ever bought. Finishing up breakfast, I hop on my bike and head to school. Valerie is already waiting for me and waves me over as soon as I enter the classroom.
I have news for you.
Good news or bad news? She pauses, then grins playfully.
Come with me to the hangar after class and I'll show you.
The hangar? So it's something to do with my core.
What else would it be about?
Take your pick. My powerful thrusters, strong and sturdy exterior, or lightning-quick agility to name a few.
If you're so lightning quick, how come Eagle gets so beat up during matches?
I think about what Eagle looks like before our sponsors fix it up. So about my core. Valerie just laughs. Valerie waits expectantly.
So?
So what?
You haven't said yes yet. Will you come with me to the hangar?
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Good. I was starting to think maybe you didn't want to be alone with me.
Imagine that. Before I can respond, the professor raises her voice over the chatter.
Good morning, everyone. In today's lesson, we will cover... That's all for today. Have a great rest of your day.
Just as I finish packing up my things, Valerie grabs my hand and pulls me toward the door.
Let's go!
Sure, just give me a minute. But she's already started walking with me in tow. I hastily grab my bag. Or we can go now. We cut across campus and enter the hangar through the main entrance instead of the pilot's lounge. Inside the hangar, Valerie rushes straight to Eagle's terminal, shooting impatient glances to me as I follow behind. She sets herself in front of my terminal, and after typing in a sequence, she proudly points at the screen.
Check it out!
Well, it's bad to give stalkers ideas, but for you guys, I'd rather be checking you out. My gaze slides across the continuous string of numbers on the terminal to rest on Valerie. I drink in the curve of her waist and how her skirt accentuates the outline of her hips. She's holding back a smile which she releases when she notices my stare.
Although I'm relieved I can hold your attention better than this terminal can, you might want to hold that thought and focus on the screen.
No, I'm happy with my choice.
Then let me fix that.
Valerie stands behind the monitor and laughs at my disappointment. With a sigh, I refocus my attention to the screen. Okay, so what are these numbers?
Well, you know how all the system scans we've been doing haven't shown anything new?
Yeah?
Our approach was the mistake. I was thinking, if I wanted to leave a secret message on a system, I would embed it into existing code and spoof the service identity so that it would remain inconspicuous during scans.
That makes sense.
Well, I was doing a manual evaluation through listed services during the last week, and noticed a discrepancy here. When I tried to execute it, it came back with this screen.
Her voice grows with excitement.
I'm positive there's something behind this code.
Really? Then let's find out what that is.
I was hoping you'd say that. Tell me how to decrypt it, and we'll find out in a second.
What makes you think I know how to do that? She raises an eyebrow.
Doesn't any of this look familiar?
I squint at the screen and scroll through the code. No, although Dad and I worked together to build Eagle, he did let me touch the programming for the core. Would you be able to hack it? Valerie bites her lip as she thinks.
Yeah, but it might take a few days.
That's probably still faster than it would take for me to figure it out. She grins.
I won't argue with that. Okay, I'll do it. But only because you're cute.
She winks at me, then turns toward the terminal. Thanks. Already engrossed in the code, Valerie gives me a short wave of dismissal. As I find my way out of the hangar, my phone dings with an email from the school administration. I scan through the contents. Due to the disqualification of Team Strike X, my team will now face Ona Bugeisha in this week's match. So this sounds like a female team. I wonder what Strike X did to get themselves disqualified. My phone vibrates with a group chat from Show. You guys get that email? I type out my response. Yeah, wonder what Strike X did. Probably lied about something important. That's one reason why I left. Wait, Strike X was Show and Kaori's old team? As I'm typing out a question for Show about what happened with him and Strike X, a text from Mayu comes in. Looks like we'll go against Ona Bugeisha instead. Ona Bugeisha does sound familiar, but I can't recall which team they are. Who are they again? A team we must demolish. Of course, Kaori would write in all caps. Whoa, that's even more aggressive than usual. Shut up, Show. Please don't upset Kaori. I'm fine. When the texts come in, I rack my brain trying to recall how I know that name. Right. Never mind, they're that all-girls team, right? Yeah. They're supposed to be pretty good. Who cares? I won't let them beat us. The texts cease after that. Probably for the best. What do I feel like doing now? Okay, I said I'd do a Kaori event the next time one became available, and let's face it, she did not have her finest hour in the drinking game, so let's let her have the opportunity to redeem herself. I'd like to get an early start on studying for the next chapter. Time to head to the library. Literally last place I'd expect to find Kaori, but that's a conversation for another time. The library is filled with students, and I don't spot any free tables. Looks like other people had the same idea. I spot a familiar plume of red hair sitting alone at a table in the corner. It's rare to spot Kaori at the library. So yeah, take that in for a second. She doesn't notice me as I approach. If I didn't know better, I'd say she looked half asleep. Move over, you're hogging the entire table. I thought the Japanese are supposed to be polite when it comes to sharing communal spaces. It takes her a blear-eyed moment to say anything.
Nobody asked you to sit here.
We're teammates. The invitation is implied. Kaori scowls as I toss my things on the table.
Fine, have a seat. I'm leaving soon anyways.
Don't worry, I'll be quiet. You can get right back your nap. To your nap?
What nap? I wasn't sleeping!
That's not what it looked like to me. Kaori glares at me for a moment, almost as if she's trying to work up the energy to chastise me. Instead, she yawns.
I've been busy.
I knew it. What's his name?
What? I don't...
Shh. Library, remember? Kaori's gaze shoots from one side of the library to the other. All the students are busy with their own work, and no one seems to have noticed her outburst. She whispers.
That's not why I'm tired, you idiot!
Why then? To my surprise, there's no sharp-tongued retort. Instead, she shrugs.
It's nothing, okay? I've just been pulling a lot of double shifts at work.
You have a job?
Yeah, is that a problem?
Or something? No, it's just surprising. Between the team and classes, I barely have time to do anything else.
If you care enough about something, you make time for it.
kind of...
None of your business.
I didn't even ask the question.
You don't need to. It doesn't concern you.
It concerns me if you're too tired to compete in a match properly.
Don't be stupid. I'd never let that happen. If it starts to impact my performance on the team, then you can gripe at me all you want. Until then, all you need to know is that I have another commitment, and I have to stick with it.
I'd rather not wait to find out if it does affect a match during a match. Besides, you're barely keeping your eyes open.
And I'm telling you it won't affect my performance. So drop it, okay?
She's wide awake now, losing any trace of grogginess. Maybe I just caught her at a bad time. I nod and let the subject drop. She returns to her notes as I pull out the textbook from my bag. We both study together in silence. She continues to yawn every so often, and I can tell she isn't at 100%. Oh well, not like I can do much. After some time, we both say our goodbyes and head out. I'm in the pilot's lounge watching the Japan vs. China Gear playoff match. The lounge is packed with students as this is a highly anticipated game. Many shout at the TV, but I watch in silence, sipping my drink and enjoying the ambience.
Exciting game, right?
I glance up in surprise but nod. Akira grins and sits down in the seat across from me. Although he seems like a nice guy, we don't talk very often, so it's unusual he'd approach me. I suppose I do have a really good view of the TV, though. A string of boos and yells fill the room as China takes out one of Japan's gears. People are really getting into it this time.
Yeah, it was predicted that this year China was going to be a strong opponent for Japan, and it looks like that's coming true.
Is that why there's such a big turnout? I gesture to the crowded room. Akira nods.
This is the first year that China's even made it this far in the playoffs. Everyone's watching to see who will come out on top.
Who do you think will win? He doesn't even hesitate.
Japan. What do you think?
Well, let's face it, when it comes to performance-enhancing drugs, they are second to none. I wouldn't rule out China just yet. Even though their technology isn't advanced as Japan's, and China's a completely new team, their chaos has actually been their advantage. They've been doing a better job reacting to their opponent. Akira grins.
Sounds like you've got a soft spot for the underdogs.
I return the smile. I wouldn't underestimate a rising team. His eyes seem to stare deep within me.
Neither would I.
For a second, I wonder if we're still talking about the ongoing match.
Speaking of matches, I believe congratulations are in order for you and your team.
Me? Your team is still holding the #1 spot on leaderboards.
Sure, but you guys are quickly catching up. You started out at rank 21, but you've already made it to rank 11.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to think about it. And we're going against an even better team this week since Strike X got disqualified.
Yeah, the school is taking no chances with them.
What do you mean? Akira blinks.
You didn't hear?
No.
The team lead and one of his starting pilots got into a huge fight, and they did not hold back. I mean, there were some serious injuries, so both members obviously couldn't compete.
Why did they fight?
The leader decided to sideline his starting pilot, and his pilot didn't like that.
They're on the same team. Couldn't they just talk it out? I'm sure the leader had a reason. Akira shrugged.
I don't know all the details, but my guess is that there probably wasn't a good reason to sideline the pilot. Either way, because the fight escalated to the degree in which Ace had to get involved, the school is currently investigating the team.
That's crazy stuff.
Yeah. Who are you going up against now?
Ona Bugeisha.
Oh, May's team.
Yeah, I hear they're strong. Akira nods.
They are. But so are you. In fact, I'm really looking forward to my match with you.
That might still be a while considering my team's rank.
Right, but you guys have been on a winning streak, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because of that, your matchmaking rating, or MMR, is actually higher than your earned rank. That tends to happen with outliers like being an undefeated team.
What he says makes sense. Plus, I'm not going to question Akira about how being undefeated works.
I have a feeling that if you beat Ona Bugeisha, it won't be long before we face each other on the field.
It is what it is. I shrug. One match at a time. Akira nods. We continue to watch the game in silence. After a while, Akira stands.
I wish I could watch the end of this match, but I've got to head to class. I'll see you later.
I nod. After Akira leaves, I check my phone and notice a text from Sho. Don't forget tomorrow we'll be getting our game on at the beach. Meet there at 11. As if I could forget that. I shove my phone back into my pocket and watch the rest of the game. In the end, Japan won with just one gear left standing. Now I've still got some time before I head home tonight. Yeah, this is a no-brainer. I wonder what Valerie is up to. I dial her number and wait for her to answer.
Hello?
Hey, Valerie, you busy?
Yeah, I'm about to go meet a friend for some coffee.
Oh, anyone I know?
It's you, silly.
Oh,
I'll meet you at the cafe, in front of the bookstore.
sounds like a plan. I'll see you in a bit.
Au revoir.
Couldn't hear that clearly, to see if she pronounced it correctly. I make my way to the cafe. Valerie is waiting for me in a booth by the time I arrive.
It's rude to keep a lady waiting.
Stare her down. I'm not even going to grace her with an answer.
Well,
I don't respond. Valerie watches me, then smirks.
you like what you see.
I don't know how to answer. Trick question. There is no right answer.
Aw, you're smarter than you look.
Hey. Valerie laughs. Have you ordered yet?
No, I was waiting for a certain someone to get their butt over here.
So, what I'm hearing is you want to see my butt. Valerie smirks.
Give me a twirl then.
I won't fall for your objectification. I don't have to because I'm more than just my body. Valerie smirks.
Sounds like someone skipped their squats at the gym and is embarrassed.
I won't fall for that either. She pouts but has trouble keeping a straight face. I flip open the menu and take a minute to read my options. Valerie and I both place our orders, and then she pulls out a pencil and sketchbook. What are you doing?
Not me, you.
Huh? She pushes the sketchbook towards me and grins playfully.
I want you to draw me like one of your French girls.
Well, I actually said this, so I'll do that. Art is not my thing, so I don't do it. She pouts and blinks puppy dog eyes at me.
Not even for me?
I'm barely even phased. All those guilt trips from Nikki were good for one thing, I guess. Nope.
Aw, come on. I drew you. It's only fair that you draw me. Please!
A couple of cafe patrons are giving me dirty looks. Fine, if it will make you stop. She grins. She leans onto the table, rests her chin in her hands, and flashes me a warm smile. Taking this as my cue to start drawing, I clumsily trace the pencil around the page. As hard as I try, my uncoordinated fingers cannot illustrate what my eyes see.
Are you done yet?
Valerie speaks through her teeth, trying not to disturb her pose. No. I continue to sketch. After a few minutes, Valerie tries again.
How about now?
Still no. She waits another couple of minutes.
Now?
Calm down. It'll be done when it's done. She sighs heavily.
The things I have to do for you.
In case you forgot, you're the one who asked me to draw you. You can't rush these things.
Shouldn't you be concentrating? What are you doing talking to me?
You are the one talking to me.
If you spent more time on your drawing and less time blaming me for things, you'd be done by now.
I glare at her. She winks before returning to her pose. We fall silent as I work on the drawing. Valerie stares confidently at me, never looking away when I glance up at her. For some reason, that makes me even more nervous. I push away my embarrassment and focus on her features. For all the times I've looked at her, I haven't really seen just how perfectly her features flow into each other. It's the first time I've noticed just how truly beautiful she is, and my face flushes from the thought. The next time I glance up at Valerie, her smile looks more genuine. I know she saw me blush, and that makes me blush even more. After a few more minutes, I drop my pencil. breaks from her pose.
Let me see.
Pushing forward the sketchbook, I wonder if she'll like that I drew her. Now, one of the things about being a hero is you have to tell the truth, as painful as it may be, but you're free to enjoy it to your heart's content. She stares at the drawing and her eyes grow wide. She grabs the sketchbook off the table and studies it closely. I hope it's okay.
This is more than okay. It's really good.
I blink. I'd anticipated she used a lot of choice words, but good was not one of them. Really?
Yeah, you really captured the eyes. They're so expressive.
Do they look like they're up to no good? She laughs.
They look like they only do good. All the time.
Then I guess I've still got a long way to go. She continues to look at the drawing. You really think it's that good?
It's really pretty.
I had a good model. I just drew what I saw. She hugs the sketch pad to her chest and beams. Well, it's good to know that if this whole engineering thing doesn't work out, you can always fall back on a modeling career.
I'll keep that in mind.
Her cheeks are tinged pink. I think she's genuinely flattered. Valerie glances at the time and wrinkles her nose.
I've got class soon.
Don't sound so excited about it.
It's not a fun one.
Which one is it?
Introduction to art history.
Ouch! Don't you like art?
I do. And since I also like history, I thought this would be a good choice for one of my electives.
No. So why the disappointment?
Well, it turns out that although I like history and I like actually creating art, learning about other people creating art is not as fun.
So is watching me create art for you not fun? So is watching me create art for you today not fun either? She smirks.
That doesn't count. I was part of the creative process.
That's true. She glances again at the time and gathers her things.
Okay, I've got to head out.
I nod. After we pay for our drinks, we head our separate ways, but not before I catch Valerie fondly sneak another peek at my drawing. It's quiet in the house when I arrive home. I guess no one's here. It's no surprise that Uncle Kaido's still at work, but I would have expected Nikki to be home by now. She's been spending more and more time at her cooking club. It must be going really well. I should take advantage of the quiet and study. As I head upstairs, a blonde head peeks around the corner.
Is that you, big bro?
I pause at the top of the stairs. Hey, I didn't know you were home. Nikki grins mischievously.
Is it because for once I wasn't slaving away in the kitchen waiting for you to come back?
No, it was way too quiet. No, nothing like that. There's just no way the house can be this quiet if you're home.
Hey!
What?
I'm always quiet.
Is this what you'd call quiet?
It was quiet before you got home, which means you're the one who brings the noise.
Nikki grins.
Anyway, before you so rudely distracted me, I had a question for you.
What is it?
Can you give me a ride to the beach tomorrow?
I blink at her. How did you know I was going to the beach?
Because tomorrow is Umiko's festival?
How do you know about that? Nikki stares at me as if I have two heads.
Because I live in Isokaze.
Since when?
Did you know about this?
Of course, I learned all about Umiko's story.
She was so badass! My friends and I are going to stop by her temple to pay her respects.
I didn't know there was a temple dedicated to her.
It's by the coast, so a little out of the way from the city.
That seems fitting.
I'm really excited about it. What are you excited about?
So this is what I would normally pick, but for you guys, we'll go with number 2. I can already imagine the girls in their cute bikinis as they bounce across the sand and splash around in the water. Nikki wrinkles her nose.
Actually, I don't really want to know.
I have a feeling she'd say that no matter which one you chose. Oh well. But I didn't say anything.
That stupid grin on your face totally gave it away. So, can you take me or not?
That depends. How fast can you run alongside a bike? Sure, I'll be leaving at 10:45. Her face falls.
Oh.
Why, oh.
Well, my friends aren't gonna be there until later.
So hitch a ride with them?
I don't really feel comfortable asking them.
Fine, then you can come with me.
But you're going so early.
Then take the bus. She smiles sweetly.
When I said early, I actually meant that's perfect.
That's what I thought. Nikki cranes her neck to peek down the stairs behind me.
You hungry yet?
A bit, yeah.
Me too. Come on, let's go downstairs and see what we have.
She moves past me and flies down the stairs. I follow her slowly. Nikki and I whip up a quick dinner, and then I spend the rest of the night looking up more information about the festival before going to bed. I flip around in bed, too excited to settle down, before finally drifting off to sleep.